still on Brazil. Is the light on? We won't miss that much. Don't turn her back. This is out in the Rio de Janeiro harbor. You say this is reel number 14?
15.
This is reel number 15. Strike that 14 out. Here we come in a boat out to this yacht that we're going to take a ride on. This guy's coming to get us. Boy, I'll tell you, we had a load in that boat. If we'd have sneezed, we'd have tipped her over. Look at that. There's only about 3 inches between the water, and he's oaring us out to that yacht out there to take us out in the ocean. It's kind of a foggy day there, cold. It was in the winter there. There's the guy roaring us out. Major Robertus was that guy's name. No, not Robertus. I'll think of it in a minute. There's some of the cadets waiting for us out on the yacht. That was quite an old-time ship there, that yacht. This is where the captain, he says, now I'm going to give you the strongest drink in all Brazil. And he went down and got some red crab rum out of his cabin. I took a little taste of it. It tastes like gasoline and ether mixed. There comes a plane into land. You come in right over the harbor to land. When we come in to land, I thought we was going to land right in the ocean, and then I heard the wheels squeak on the runway. There's a big rock out the entrance of this harbor that had big guns in it that they protected the harbor with. See, we all got our coats on because it was cold. There was that kid from New Jersey that I couldn't understand. Had a little trouble with him. There's our boat behind our little dinghy behind the big boat. And this is why I don't know what this is right here. Looks like we're still on the boat, but yeah, we're going out through the harbor. There's a very narrow channel coming into the harbor there, and there's the big, I think that's the rock that has the guns on. It looks like a rock, but the top of it goes back and the guns are there. So they can shoot any ship right out of the water that comes in the harbor. See the big crane coming out? If they take boats right inside that big rock. Here we are, still going out of the harbor. That looks like Sugarloaf Mountain. And the tram up on top. They made a show about this with Jack Palance in one time. That was a very pretty harbor there. Oh, and here was the world champion soccer ball game. As I remember, that big stadium would hold 140,000 people, and trains would go up in it and unload. You could look anywhere in that stadium and see a fight going on. This champion soccer ball game was between Czechoslovakia and Brazil. But that is one big stadium, I'll tell you. Soccer over there is like baseball is over here. They live it. These are some of the mountains around Rio de Janeiro. That mountain you just seen in the background has got a statue of Christ up on it. I got some better pictures of it here later. I don't know whether these was taken from an airplane or whether it's up on Sugarloaf Mountain. Anyway, they're not too good. Okay, here's the statue of Christ. There's Tony. That statue is 90 feet tall. And you have to take a bus up on this, right on the top of a mountain. And its arms go out something like 25 feet. They're quite a religious people down there. This looks like one of the, I don't know what this is. Looks like a shop center or something. Oh, that's where they sold souvenirs there at this statue of Christ. There's a kid from New Jersey looking up at it. There's some other people walking up to it. Pretty big statue, huh? And this is looking down from that statue down into Rio de Janeiro. Oh, there's Susan Hayward. We went to dinner with her that night. She's with a rich Brazilian guy there. They're making a movie or something. And this is out at the air base at Rio de Janeiro. Well, them guys was good at soccer ball. They beat the pants off of us. There I'm in the old silver suntan uniforms. This was a flying school here. Here come some of the cadets going to mess or something. Quite a group of them. Boy, they march good, don't they? Lines are straight as can be. Comes some more of them. Looks like we're taking off in an airplane here. We're going down the runway in a car. There's the AT-6s. That was our top fighter plane then. This is up on Sugarloaf Mountain, and the big wheels that run the cable and pull the cable cars up. Or down below, wherever the here it shows it coming up. That's where we're going, is up there. Looks like that building's on their launchways. This is when the cable car's coming up, and we're probably going down, or we're up there, one or the other. Well, look at that kitty. You know, you'd speak English to them cats and dogs, and they'd look at you like you's crazy.
It's a mouse.
He caught a mouse there. This is up on Sugarloaf Mountain, looking down at the Rio de Janeiro. Look at all the boats down there in the harbor. There goes an airplane taking off. It was even above the airplane. I don't know how high the mountain was, but here we are again, the cable car coming up. This movie they made showed all, well, there's people riding on the top of that silly thing. Well, just so they don't start fighting like in the movie with Jack Palance. There's where we're going to, or been. They had two different cables. And there's the rock out the entrance to the harbor that I was telling you about. Actually, it's a pretty big, there's old Tony. He always called me Harding, my buddy. Went right up the face of that old cliff on that cable car. There we are. We're coming up into the place where they unload you. That opening don't look big from here, but it's pretty big. Big enough for the cable car to go in it. Getting closer and closer. There we go in it. These are some of the pictures taken from up on, that's Copacabana Beach there in Rio de Janeiro. And there's the cable car going down. Wouldn't be much left if one of them cables would break.
It's a long way up.
I don't know how many thousand feet in the air it is, but it's a long way up. There was either 3 or 2 cable sections that went from one mountain to the other. There's a statue of Christ that we showed you a few minutes ago, clear over across the valley. So you can tell how big that statue is. You can see it. And they got a road going up that mountain. Here we're going down now, I guess. That was an American lady we met over there. They had all kinds of these birds' kites out on there at the beach. They had some of the best kites I ever seen. You'd think a bird was going to get you. Lots of construction going on down there. They say a contractor would go broke 2 or 3 times on one building. But they finally got them built. This is Copacabana Beach. If they ever had a good tidal wave there, it'd wash all them hotels right away, wouldn't it? I don't know who these people are. I don't recognize the man. He was one of our cadets, talking to a Brazilian lady. This is on the bus or taxi or something. There's the mountain with the statue of Christ on over there. Either that or Sugarloaf, I don't know which. Oh, here we landed out in the jungle coming home. Believe it or not, that's a super safe store there. I bought a candy bar. And I looked down, there was an ant as big as the candy bar I just bought. That's right on the edge of the jungle. I don't know what air base it was or whether it was just an airstrip. We had a doctor with us all the time we'd fly. That's the guy that run the store there. This is right on the Amazon River again, just a little ways from it. I walked off in the trees there, and boy, everything blacked out, and I got the heck out of there. It was scary. These are what they call Brahma cows down there. Look how thin they are. Not much for them to eat there. But there's a whole herd of them there. There's that superstore again. Little old dog, look at him there. There's a couple of donkeys right out on the airstrip. There, we're getting in the airplane. We're still in Brazil because that's a Brazilian airplane. Maybe this is when there's Major Robertus. I recognize him. There's the jungle again. Maybe this is on our way down to Porto Alegre. There's the old Amazon River. Isn't that a big thing? It's the biggest river in the world. Brazil is bigger than the United States. They've got lots of land to inhabit yet. There's inside the airplane. We was flying over the jungle one day and we hit some rough weather and all the suitcases come down and hit us on the head. Flight engineer come back and he said, I think y'all better fasten your safety belts. It may get a little rough. Looks like we're in a C-47 there, and we're coming into land at, I want to call this Georgetown somewhere. We landed to refuel right out on the beach by the ocean. See if he makes a smooth landing. We're going downhill, it looks like. Got his flaps down about 30%. Boy, that was a smooth landing. Looks like we're on the roll. I think this is on our way home, or I thought I took pictures of Trinidad, but maybe I didn't. We landed there on the way down to Brazil, you know, to refuel. We stayed at Trinidad one night. I sang songs with Harry Belafonte there. Maybe this is back at Panama now. It looks like Panama country. We took off at Charleston Air Force Base. Yeah, this is Panama, and we met the Brazilian cadets there coming back to their country. Here we are flying again. I don't know where this is, but I got the front of the old propeller blade there. I've got a movie. Have we showed a movie of Washington, D.C. with cadets? I was on one of the other films, wasn't it? I think it was. Well, what's that thing? I don't recognize it. Looks interesting, though. Well, this is... Oh, it's in the front of an airplane with the windshield wipers. I flew co-pilot on the way back home.